Over the last decade, bullying has become such a hot topic. For the most part, we've focused on education of how to identify a bully, how not to become a bully, and how to be a good friend. But we've done very little education on how to help your child once they have been bullied. We can arm our kids with teaching them how to develop positive assertiveness, have emotional intelligence, and great communication skills, and yet that still won't protect them from being bullied. As a behavior analyst working with children in the schools, we work on how not to be a bully and how to be a good friend. We talk about ways to prevent bullying and also how to identify that bully. As a mom who has had a child bullied at school, I can tell you how heartbreaking it was for me to hear my child's story. Nothing can prepare you for the cruel things that children do and say to each other. And as your child expresses this with great emotion, it causes great emotion in you, and that's okay. I am so sorry if your child has been bullied in the past or is currently being bullied. It is never okay in any situation. As your child's parent and advocate, it's perfectly okay for you to speak out for your child. Talk to the adults in the situation and let them be aware of what's going on. Often the other adults have not witnessed this bullying behavior because children are sneaky, nasty, and ostracizing. The mental and emotional abuse that your child may be facing is often caused by subtle threats that are vague enough that there's no proof for your child to prove that they're being bullied to other adults. However, you can see it in their anxiety about going to different things. Even after you've contacted the school site staff or your coach or whoever is the other adults that are in the situation where your child's being bullied, you still need to help your child overcome the effects of bullying that linger. Your child's going to need to learn how to become more assertive and build his self-esteem, whether this happens at home or in a social group. There are social skills programs that help children build self-esteem and self-assertiveness. As parents, we can't change the other child's behavior, but we can arm our child with ways to deal with those bullies. All right, so how do you do this? Step 1 is to recognize changes in your child. There are many warning signs that your child might be a victim of bullying. These include unexplainable injuries, lost or destroyed clothing, books, electronics, or jewelry, frequent headaches, stomach aches, or feeling sick, changes in eating habits, skipping meals or binge eating, difficult sleeping or frequent nightmares, declining grades, loss of interest in schoolwork or not wanting to go to school, sudden loss of friends or avoidance of social situations. Your child may feel helpless or have a declined self-esteem. They may be engaging in self-destructive behaviors, such as running away from home, harming themselves, or talking about suicide. Step 2 is to ask questions and talk to your child. Sit with your child and discuss what's going on. Bring up the subject in a general conversations, ways to see what your child shares. Ask for more details once your child begins to be comfortable. Your child may be reluctant to share their bully experience. This is common. It is suggested from a study in 2018 that only 20% of bullying instances were reported. Kids simply just aren't talking to adults, and here are some reasons why. Bullying can make your child feel helpless. Kids want to try to handle it on their own and feel in control again. They also may have fear that they're going to be seen as a tattletale. Children may be terrified of the reaction of their bully. Bullying can feel humiliating for the child. These children may not want adults to know what's being said about them. They believe that they're true whether they are or they aren't. They may also fear that adults will judge them or punish them. They're already feeling socially isolated. They may feel like nobody cares or understands. They're sad. Children may fear that once they share this, they'll be further rejected by the friendships that they have left, and they want to make sure that they protect those last friendships. So remember, the next step is not to push too hard. Be gentle about the way that you're asking your questions, and you ask about observations and get more information. The next step is to investigate. Talk to other parents or individuals that are involved. They may have information about the situation. Whether it's direct or indirect questions, you can gather more information that can help your child. You will be surprised at how quickly other parents will speak up when given the chance to voice their concerns. This next step is going to be challenging, but it's to be there for your child in a non-judgmental way. You're going to need to work to control your own emotions and be fully present for your child. Your job is to gather information so that you can assess the situation and appropriately proceed. And trust me when I tell you that you're going to want to explode in anger, be disgusted with that bully, or cry over how hurt your child is when they're experiencing this. Unfortunately, your emotional reaction isn't going to help your child to move forward in the journey of healing. During your investigation, look for and encourage positive friendships. Ask yourself the important questions. Who are the kids that are having a positive influence in your child's life? Not just the kids that your child wants to be friends with, because those are often the children that are bullying them. Once you have identified those positive connections and friendships, help your child form a deeper connection with these children. Make every opportunity for these children to get together, both inside and outside of school, to help build a positive peer relationship. Give your child tools that they will need to effectively deal with bullies. One of these tools is to teach assertiveness. When your child is able to communicate their thoughts and feelings in an assertive way, their self-esteem and confidence will grow. Assertiveness is a healthy way to communicate. It's the ability to speak up for ourselves in a way that is honest and respectful. You want to teach your child how to communicate in a way that is not too passive, yet still not too aggressive. Examples of speaking assertively include giving your opinion or saying how you feel, asking for what you need, disagreeing respectfully. You can offer your own ideas and suggestions. You can say no without feeling guilty, or speak up for somebody else. When running one of my social groups, one of the most important rules that I use is role-playing. Practice assertive skills and possible situations on how to handle bullies. You and your child can take turns in being the bully and being the victim. Remember to consider body language as well as tone of voice in your role while you're playing. Teach your child to identify the signs in being a good friend. What are those traits that they're looking for? Don't be afraid to look for outside help. If you have any concerns about your child's mental or physical health, immediately get help. Bullying can have a negative, lifelong, lasting effects in your child. It's better to be safe than sorry. You can see a psychologist, an LMFT, or even enroll your child in a social group. Appropriate social groups can give your child a safe place to share their emotions and feelings with other children that have shared similar experiences. It's also a place that they can meet lifelong friends and have friends outside of school. Helping our children through this battle of bullying is a very hard, emotionally draining journey. Remember that there are other parents out there that experience the same things that you do. We're here in this together. Private message me if you need any additional support or help. Have a great day.